I'm on the side of Trump. Yes, I'm on the side of America. Yes, I'm on the side of Israel. But if I wasn't, when the interview ended, I'm still going to go have breakfast and life's going to be just fine. But this guy, if he's against Iran, he goes home and they murder him. And that's the difference between America and Iran. He goes home and they murder him and his family, or they arrest him, they torture him, then they murder him. First you're tortured and then you're murdered. So, I'll take America every time. And I left. Mic drop. End of story. I'm sure you know what to say, because I spent the entire interview saying you are like a tool of Iran. Oh, no, I'm a journalist. I call it the way I see it. I'm a journalist. And America's the one that violates the peace agreement. Iran's been wonderful for 8 years since the peace treaty. Iran's never violated it. I said, really? What would you call the funding of October 7th, where thousands of Jews had their heads cut off and babies' heads were cut off, and women were gang raped and then shot in the head, and families were burned to death together while alive? What would you call that? I mean, you're just dealing with people. I mean, everything he said was how wonderful Iran is, what good people Iran is, and how America didn't even succeed because they didn't knock out the Iranian nuclear, and the whole thing's pointless. And then they said, who won the war? And he argued for 5 minutes that Iran won. Then the Israeli guest came on, argued Israel won. And then I came on and said, you know what? Not Israel, not Iran. President Donald J. Trump won. I said, we now have a new way of fighting wars. And by the way, let me brag a little bit. When I ran for the Libertarian presidential nomination in 2008, I came up with this way of fighting wars. I'm the guy who came up with it. I said, you don't go into a country and occupy it. You don't send your army in. You don't stay there. You don't spend trillions of dollars to rebuild. You bomb them to hell and you leave. That's what war should be for America now. You bomb them to hell and you leave. There's no reason to stay and occupy. There's no reason to rebuild. We don't owe you anything. I'm not rebuilding anything. My job is to break it all and you rebuild it. Good luck. If it takes you 20 years of living in misery, I guess we gave you a lesson that you'll never forget. And I said, that's exactly what Trump did. This is not Bush. This is not Iraq. If you're against war, you learned the wrong lesson. The lesson is war should be bomb them to hell and leave. And Trump just did it. So that was my interview yesterday with Newsmax and my interview today with India TV. I always come up with angles that others have I leave them bewildered. And by the way, the professor from some big university in India was on. It was an Israeli guy, an Iranian guy, me, and a professor from India. And the professor, after I was done talking about what I just said, it's not Bush in war anymore, it's Trump. And it's not about landing troops and fighting a long war and occupying. He came on and said, that's really true. That's very true, what Wayne Root just said. That's a new way of fighting a war for America. So, maybe others don't see it. I see it. Trump wins again. Israel didn't win. Iran didn't win. Trump won for Israel. In any case, I know which side I'm on. I'm always on America's side. I'm always America first. And then after all of that, after going down 50 issues, I'm for Israel too. But I'm America first 99% of the time.